Let me just pause. Pause. You got the keys? In your father's table. You must take a picture and upload it. It's doing a podcast.
Can I use your phone, please?
You can just tag it, man. But maybe you'll send pictures. Oh no, son.
Okay.
It's better for it to come out with the podcast, otherwise it's just random.
Alright, cool.
Petrol card is should be in the middle. So I was gonna fill up this morning, but I have.
Okay.
Yeah, so just fill up. Maybe I'll try call them, but I haven't been getting through. On your way back, just go to Rosebank Mercedes, right?
Yeah.
And book it in for service.
Okay.
Cool. I'm about to start recording.
Okay, on all fronts.
Cool.
Okay.
And the other stuff, I just started recording, but I'm gonna cut everything
Okay,
out
cool.
once you start the thing. And we're on. Untitled podcast. Wow, I'm super excited. Today, before I even start with the podcast, I need to say this. I really feel that when we are documenting our stories, there shouldn't be fluff, we should be straight,
Sure.
moving straight to the point. And for us to come back in the next 5 years and say, okay, this is what the real story, no fluffy stories. Today, I have the opportunity to be sitting with the founder, creative director, board of advisory at an institution of higher learning. I don't know if I'm missing out. And the wonderful thing I like is he always marks himself as a marketer.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself, brother.
Okay. My name is Veli Ngubane, founding partner of an agency called Avatar. Yeah, which has really grown in the past 7 years and really achieved a lot of success. Over 100 people, really powerful brands that impact the landscape, both locally, continentally, and globally. And yeah, God has been good to us.
Wonderful. Let me jump straight into it. I was listening to an interview where you were talking about how you guys started the business.
Yeah.
And you really touched on one thing. There needs to be sort of a touch of insanity when you start the business. And you say you always started the business with 2,000 Rand in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you started knocking at doors. When did it all become real and saying, okay, this is it, we are doing it? When did the touch of insanity actually kick in?
I think for me, the touch of insanity has been there for a long time. I think in every situation and everywhere that I've been since I was very young, I've looked for opportunity. I remember a case where I grew up in Bangi, Ngwelezane Township, where I went to school. And we were kind of the first people that had the opportunity to go to the so-called Model C schools. So I'd go to Mbangeni and then come back to Ngwelezane Township. And I realized quite early of the two economies and sought to find opportunities in both. I remember I used to take, there was chips called Yobo that people that in the suburbs liked, but they couldn't get access to. So I used to take them to school and sell them. And then there were spin tops and so on from that economy that I used to bring back to the township and sell to my friends. So I've always looked for opportunity. Going to varsity, I started an events company and looked at the opportunities because the students liked to party. So I was like, how do I also party but make money off it? So I guess the dream and to achieve a future bigger than my reality at the time has always been there. And that's why the craziness of even starting Avatar, when I tell people that we started Avatar during a recession, it makes it even crazy. 7 years ago was during a recession. But entrepreneurs are are different. They are crazy, and that's why you find that a lot of people that don't understand will be the first that will tell you that it won't work. So to all the entrepreneurs out there, it's natural for your friends not to see it. It's natural for you and your family, even your partner, not to see it sometimes. But it's in the plan and the vision and the hard work and the execution. So yeah, we started it, and I always say as well, we went out and we didn't want the local butchery as a client. We went out and wanted the big clients. Our first client that we won was National Geographic and Fox. So also just that audacity, not to put that big dream and say, I'm going to go for blue chip clients. I'm going to run an agency that is going to rival international agencies. So that's what we started. So I think craziness is a vital ingredient, and taking risks is a vital ingredient of entrepreneurship and success in general.
Wow. Well,
Can we end the podcast?
No, I on the first two sentences, I was like, thank you for your time. We can close the podcast here. Again, you're entering now into your core theme every time when everybody asks you what really hurts you or irks you about the whole industry. You really touch on three elements, right? Which is transformation, the lack of female black creatives, and also how the South African industry hasn't really done so much research when it comes to black markets or the township market. I really want to touch on the first one, which is the lack of black creatives, female black creatives. What do you think has really gone wrong?
I think traditionally the space of creativity and the commercial nature or in society as general, where we see creatives making a living off their craft, is somewhat seen as the more unstable choice of career. So, people will tell you about how this career is less stable than other careers, say a lawyer, a doctor, because traditionally it's something that our society and our parents haven't seen being commercialized. Even trying to explain what you do to your parents, it's somewhat hard. So it's a new space where people can make a living. And I think my immediate family only saw when I started buying stuff. When I started buying a house, look at
there's something.
Throw it home. This thing can work out. So I think the first issue lies there, and you see it in the schooling system. I sit as chairman on the Red and Yellow Advisory Board, and you can just see the dynamics at the student level, that there's less black participants, and even more, there's less females, because I think it's that career. But now, I think it has changed over the years, and I think it is getting better, but it is in no way where it should be. So that's the issue. But I think the more, and that's why I take podcasts and requests to talk to people. I'm active on social media at the Nduna, follow that, and I offer my advice because I want to be a proof point that a young black man from Wamklabialingana that grew up in Gwelezane Township is running what is now the biggest black-owned agency in the country, and one that has continental and global aspirations. So the more we see black creatives being successful, the more you can have a proof point that this actually works. Where in the communities that we grew up at, the aspirations was what we saw. So when we've got the type of creatives that are coming up, that's why I started a column called YGK, which is Young, Gifted and Killing It, because a lot of people see the adverts on TV, they hear them on radio, but they never ever see or hear the story of the people behind them. and I'm profiling black creatives that came up with some of the work that you wouldn't even know. It's on a platform called Mark Lives. It's called Young, Gifted and Killing It. So the more we see other female creatives doing it, the more you can be confident to say, hey, I won't do accounting, I want to be a creative. So it gives the confidence that this is a viable career, and it is. Trust me.
I believe. You talk about transformation. Why has the industry really, per se, really failed in terms of transformation? And what is meaningful transformation moving forward?
Yeah, I think transformation in most sectors it's been a problem. I think it's the presence of monopolies, international monopolies in our industry that has slowed down transformation in the impact that it can be. I think also on the client side, the international alignments with brands and the lack of a powerful transformed agency group or agency network has been part of it, and that's why we started M&N Brands. We got a lot of offers to sell this agency because I think when we started to win bigger clients, we suddenly became a threat. And when people came to offer us to buy us out and invest, we wanted to keep this 100% local and 100% in the hands of the people that founded it and grew it. And then we started this network where we invest in other agencies called M&A Brands to grow it. So, is transformation a problem or lack thereof unique to advertising? No, it's a societal thing. I think coming from the history that we have, every industry has tried to catch up. Now, the industries with the most money, like your mining and all those things, have gone first. And in the greater scheme of the economy, we are growing. The creative economy is a growing sector. So it's catching up. So transformation, unfortunately for our industry, transformation is even more important because it affects the product, which is creativity. So having people from all walks of life, gender, race is important, and not only that, it helps your brand connect with its consumers. Because I sit there, I represent the view of my history. And the more diverse the table is, the more you can have a product that is not offensive to its consumers, and more importantly, a product that can engage and convince people to do the action that you want them to do, which is usually to buy stuff. So for a very long time, the industry has advertised to people that they do not understand. Hence, we have the dancing people, we are black.
That really doesn't sit well with you. It also doesn't sit well with me also.
It shows the lack of understanding, where it's based on desktop research that we like to have a good time, now we're dancing in every ad, because people don't have the real insight about the majority of the nation that is buying the product. So it's important. It's very important to transform not only for legislation, but for the product, because even having young people, I'm only 35, but I think in modern times 35 is very old, but I work with younger people, mostly in my agency, and that helps, because even the diversity in their views helps me get closer to that market if I want that market. So transformation is something that is close to my heart, especially more female representation, especially in creative departments. You find that majority of the female representation is on the suit side, it's on the account management side. Now, and the product, even for us, is better when you've got black female creators in the room, because they offer a different perspective to a room full of guys.
So I was reading an article, and it really you explained it on the element of the creative economy, and it said it was in 2017 the creative economy was standing at a total of 19.5 billion. Right? So my question to you, as one of the captain members, is do you think that creative economy is inclusive now?
Well, we need to build it, and what I do every day here is contribute my portion to the creative economy. The power of the creative economy is what the American entertainment system is based on. Hollywood is that, the potential of selling. I usually say when people ask me what I do is that I sell ideas. So in an economy where we have a high youth unemployment, the power to tap into those minds where the raw material is your thinking is quite a big opportunity, because an idea, you don't really need a machine. At most, you can start with a pen and paper and jot your ideas down. Now, the ideas all over, but we need to understand that we can have commercial value of those ideas. Khona amajita manje ahlezi emakhoneni spitting out ideas. Now we need, for the creative economy to be inclusive, we need to understand that our ideas mean something, and our ideas can be turned into commercial value. And it starts from there. There's a guy, guys, who my jokes. Those jokes is content. That's content marketing. It's quality. But my man house Buddha always better. But every time he speaks, it's money.
Yeah.
So who we are and what we stand for is growing that inclusivity. But most importantly, to convince people that ideas have a value. And that's what we do in this building every day. We turn our ideas into value for our clients, and our clients pay for our ideas. And that's the potential of the creative economy. And that's why I'm passionate about it, because it is, we have a youth sector with the potential to be employed through the creative economy. Because of the experiences, because of the view on the world, where they can turn their ideas into money.
And their storytelling.
And their storytelling.
Because I think everybody's got a story to tell. And
we've got a rich culture.
Yeah, it is.
We've got a rich culture. We've got a diverse culture. When some of our clients come from the international office, when you live in South Africa, I think it's only when you start traveling when you see the diversity. Diversity in thought, in opinion, and the vibrant society that we are now. That is a potential, because more and more brands are trying to get a more diverse market. If you from Sweden or something, you've got a very narrow view because of what is around. So our environment, you just have to move from one province to another to see the diversity that we have. Now that's a potential for storytelling. It's a potential for making sure that the ideas that we have can be turned into value for brands, and that's what we do.
You really allude to the element that having a business partner, it gives you a very sound board where you can communicate your ideas. How lonely is it out there?
I think I've always preached, because I mentor some young people, and I think being an entrepreneur is knowing your strengths and knowing your weaknesses. And while you're working on your weaknesses, finding someone who's compatible for you to balance you. Now, I'm never, whenever people say, because we hang around a lot with Z, Siso, who's my business partner, but we are not friends, but we complement each other for the interest of the business. We are very different, and that's why we work. Now, when people are looking for business partners, they usually find people that agree with them. They usually look for their friends, but you must find someone that complements your weaknesses or has strengths or views of the world that you might not necessarily share, because that builds strength, it builds character, and it also grows your skills overall. But people tend to go for a business partner that is more like them. I think it is lonely. It is lonely going towards success because it's not a smooth journey, and self-doubt is there. You fall hard, you go through difficulties, and you need to be on a journey with someone that sees the vision, because there's times where you start doubting your own vision, and you need someone that says, we're still on track. We sometimes say, when there's setbacks in our business, we say Pambili,
There's no other way.
Yeah, Pambili.
Yeah.
This might be a bit of an issue, but Pambili, and it's a lonely journey because you spend a lot of time as an entrepreneur talking or telling people about things that don't exist. So the opportunity to sound very crazy is is enormous.
I think you're on the podcast. We're starting to have a theme now of insanity.
So when you're in planning stage and you're telling people where you're going, it takes a long time for people to understand, because most of the time they don't see it, and that's what an entrepreneur's life is, So having someone that can see that vision before it even comes is somewhat of a sanity check, because we knew we were going to grow. We've got an office in Cape Town and Joburg. We employ over 100 people, and we are growing. We've got plans for the rest of the continent, the rest of Africa. And opening an office in Cape Town was our first move to test out having an office that is not the head office and how we run and the dynamics. Now, when I say we want X amount of offices in X amount of time in the rest of the continent, it sounds crazy, because to someone listening, it's how do you even start? And we've got a plan around that. If I say that we want to be a global player as Avatar, it sounds crazy. But if you had told me 7 years ago we'd be the largest black-owned agency, and I told you that 7 years ago, you would still say I'm crazy. So it's about having someone that you can work hard with and dream with, so that you can reach those goals and objectives that a lot of people around you might not see.
You just touched on, that's the last following question, that you guys have plans to touch on the continent. In your perspective, is Africa ready for business now? Is Africa open for business now? Because I think it's always been open, but I think everybody has always said that South Africa is very agency friendly, right? But never really have explored within the SADC regions and within Central Africa and North Africa. Do you think, from your perspective, that Africa now is ready, that we're ready for you guys to become now the global player that says, okay, we are now setting pace in Africa?
The world, when you look at the movies, when you look at your Black Panthers, when your Beyoncé's come here for dance moves, when there's a cultural vibrancy that we are exporting to the world. And I think we've always been ready, but we've never been confident enough to say this is our story. and this is how we are going. The facts are, we are going to be the youngest continent, and that is potential for innovation, is potential for young people. So Africa has been ready, but it just needs you and I, and it needs the entrepreneurs that believe that, because without a core group of people that believe that, the rest of the continent, and South Africa included, is ready, we can never get to where we're going. So it needs a plan, and the plan can come from the people that believe in this continent. Now, I've had the pleasure of traveling at the continent. The potential is there. People are willing. It just needs a coordinated plan and a leadership that believes that Africa is ready. And as soon as we have that, then we can set up our businesses and we can grow. In terms of the market is there. We just need a leadership that supports, business leadership, political leadership, that supports the dream of Africa is ready and Africa is doing it. So we see great opportunity to grow with our brands to the rest of the continent, which is something that we've started doing with some of our clients, where we executed in the rest of the continent. And the lessons that we've learned is something that we want to put in this partnership model going forward, and that's the dream, and that's where we want to start before we take the brand globally.
Any closing remarks for advice for entrepreneurs?
It's a hard journey.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And in different phases of entrepreneurship, there's always different types of problems. People might look at our buildings, might look at the staff complement, might look at our clients and say, these guys have made it. And when you, as an entrepreneur, you can never make it because one, you are dealing with a different set of challenges. From a small business to a medium-sized business to a large business, those businesses react very differently. And you as an entrepreneur have to react very differently as well. So I think my final remark is that it's hard, and I try to share as much as possible. It's hard on your family, it's hard on your wife or fiance or girlfriend, it's hard emotionally, it's hard financially, and it's important to know that, because I think people concentrate on the outcomes, they see maybe the material value, and if you don't have a stronger purpose, that will fade, because if you're going into entrepreneurship to make money, it's going to be a problem, and we were lucky to discover the purpose of what we want to do for Avatar, the purpose of how we want to disrupt the advertising industry, not only in South Africa, but the continent and the rest of the world. So that purpose is what drives us in the hard times. That purpose is why we wake up. We don't wake up to make money alone. That's a good side effect. Because it keeps you going. But you have to find a deeper purpose that will sustain you in the hard times of entrepreneurship. And that is the big thing. To plan and always stick to your vision, and hire people that are more intelligent than you are, that don't agree with you all the time, but can add something that grows you. We were a fan of that from the beginning, because entrepreneurs end up being everything, and that's what sometimes kills the business. You need to understand that there's people that are better than you at certain things. As long as you've got your vision that is correct, and as long as you're pushing it, but don't be that guy, I would say, who owns a soccer team. You are coaching,
Yeah,
not driving the bus, you know. Let other people that are good at it. Where just look after the vision of what you want to create, you know. Know your strengths and know your shortcomings and know your weaknesses, because it's not your strengths that take you out, it's usually your weaknesses, you know. So if you can't manage yourself financially, work on that. Because there'll come a time where there's a big check and you're thinking, oh, I'm in it. Don't do that, you know, because that is the perceived value and outcome of and that's not it, you know. We need to build purpose-led businesses that stand for something greater than making money, that stand for making change, that stand for changing people's lives, that stand for empowering young people, black, white, female, Indian, colored, whoever. Businesses that contribute to a greater South Africa, you know, and that is beyond profit. You know, that's purpose, you know. And when you're playing in the purpose space, you are much stronger, you know, because, you know, things can go either way anyway, as long as the purpose you own and you know how to bounce back and get onto that road to fulfill your purpose. You're strong, man. You're very strong.
But let me stop the interview here, because I might ask more questions.
You can ask. I mean, you can ask two more. I can give you 2 more bonus questions. My next meeting is at 3. So. Get a pansela.
No. I'll cut it from here. I think you really covered a lot of things also, and thank you for
and a lot of businesses fail.
Okay, yes.
You know,
yeah.
and
is it okay to fail?
Jeez, man. You know. I have started so many businesses before, you know, but the aim is to fail, but learn fast, you know. And people might see the success of Avatar now and where it's going. It's not my first business. You know, there's a lot of businesses that haven't.
Guys are crazy boys.
Yeah.
I remember.
You know, but usually it's the most successful thing that you are involved in that obviously gets the limelight, because I guess some failures are in private, you know, and you quickly move on, and maybe the successes are more public. But you know, in the failures that we've had, we've learned quickly, you know, and I'm not glorifying failure. You must try to avoid it, but it happens, especially in business, you know, and you must know when to let go of a business and rejig the strategy, because Abantu's egos get in the way, you know, because they're so scared of failing, and probably their friends and people have told them you're going to fail. Accept it, you know. Do a different strategy, start something different, learn, because I've had friends that have held on to businesses to their own detriment because of this Abantu Bazoti.
That has been a deadly disease in our community.
Yeah, I left a cushy job. I was an accountant at a firm corner office. I decided to pursue this thing. Now it's failing. Now I'm going to use my children's school fees to make sure that I keep this thing going. You know, it can't be. You know, it can't be. So the quicker, you know, the quicker you learn and the quicker you grow from it, the better, you know. And we have at times where we did moves, even in our own business now that is successful, that we needed to change quickly to maintain the growth, you know. So always, I look at this business almost weekly, critically, you know. And I start with questioning myself, you know. Am I still the right person to lead this business? What do I need to be better? You know, what am I feeding to my staff? And am I still strong? You know, last year, simple thing, health was in the way. You know, I've lost 36 kgs. I'm gymming, mentally strong. I'm physically strong. that was a response to what my life needs and what my business needs. So, looking at friends that are around you, are these people good for my business? Are these people gonna grow with me to a point where I wanna go? Looking at the conditions and then what you are reading, what you are consuming, and that is the obsession that I personally have to fulfill this purpose. And I realized last year that I need to be healthy for it. Because you can have all the thinking, you can have all the implementation, offices, people, but to run a business, I discovered that it takes such a toll that you need to be healthy. And that's what I did personally. But what I'm trying to express, most importantly, is that every business, you don't wait for a year review to say, yo,
Yeah.
every business needs attention, and it needs you to be aware, because as it grows, it also changes, So what you knew 2 years ago, and you try to apply that to a business that is 2 years, that is 4 years, that is 5 years, you need to understand every dynamic and every journey, that as you grow, your business grows, and as it grows, you almost need to be aligned, but having strong people around you remains the secret for Avatar. We've got a strong exco, very diverse exco, and leadership that is far more intelligent, well, at least than me. I don't know whether Z would accept that, but because
They don't have to.
yeah, so
Yeah.
they can do that.
Brother Benny, thanks a million for your time. Thank you for the Banzera.
Bonus question.
Bonus question.
Alright.
But thank you for your time. I really feel like this was really worthwhile in terms of the information that you shared, and you really have gone above and beyond just only speaking about the agency, but it's just also general, expectancy that as young black individuals we need to put on ourselves. I usually tell people that now we're setting the blueprint for the next couple of generations, and looking at what you guys achieving really gives us hope and inspiration of moving forward. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, man, and thank you for doing this, because it's the biggest thing about like our cultures is that we don't document most of the time, so this being documented for the future generations to listen, and as we execute, it's good.
Yeah.
So thank you as well.
Thanks a lot. Let me cut it off. Thanks a lot.
Alright, thanks, man.
Thanks a million for your time. It means a lot.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll cut it up.
When is it out?
So I usually host 2 within a month.
Yeah.
So give me a week,
Okay.
so I can cut up the video also. And once I've edited everything, I'll send everything to you for approval.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right.
Cool.
Thanks a
You've
million.
got the avatar sign.
Yes.
You don't want a picture of it?
I've already taken it.
Okay. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, then thank you.
Thanks a million.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I call it.